Hello, welcome to Lesson 4. During this lesson, we will review previous chapters, complete online forms, talk about different ways of saying the date, phone numbers, email vocabulary, questions, and resumes. Let's review previous chapters. Adverbs come before the verb for main verbs, after the verb for be verbs like is, am, and are, and between the auxiliary and main verb for negative sentences. Body language can be open, relaxed, and invite conversation, or closed, uncomfortable, and discourage conversation. Venting often requires some sort of listening and empathy or sympathy. Let's talk about online forms. You might be asked to complete online forms for various reasons. A lot of the kinds of information include first and last name. Other words for last name for women might be a married name, or the maiden name, which is the last name that the woman had before she was married. Last name can also be called family name in some forms. Phone is the phone number. Fax is fax number. And you notice on this form, there is no asterisk. Okay, so that means that no fax number is required because most people don't have a fax number. Email. And often you have to re-enter your email address, and it must be the same exact way. No differences in capitalization or that sort of thing. City and country. So let's pause the video, go back, and fill out the form using the information on the right-hand side. Where does it go on the left-hand side? Let's take a look at the answers. First name, Tony. Last name, Prince. Phone number, 390-897-8112. Fax has no asterisks, so we just skip it. We leave nothing in the box. Email, tony.price@webco.com. Re-enter email, same exact thing. tony.price@webco.com. City, Brisbane. Country, Australia. As I mentioned before, some websites might require a maiden name. This is only for last name for women, so their unmarried name before they were married and changed their last name. Cell phone number, work number, or contact number. Sometimes they have different slots for each one. Age, DOB, which stands for date of birth. As far as British dates go, they often take the form of day, day, month, month, year, year. And American dates are month, month, day, day, year, year. Many forms will ask for your gender and offer female, male, or other for non-binary individuals. Marital status, which means are you single or are you married, or has your spouse passed away, in which case you would be a widow. Nationality, where you were born. Birthplace, actual town where you were born. Occupation or job, which would be what you're doing now for your work. All right, let's talk about dates. So I mentioned before, British dates have the day listed first, whereas American dates have the month listed first. So let's do some practice looking at the lists of British dates and American dates. Let's try to say the dates. Okay, so if you look at the first one, 9/12/75, British, that would mean 9 is the day, 12 is the month. So December 9th, 1975. If you look at the American date, 9 is the month, 12 is the day. So 9 is September. September 12th, 1975. Okay. When you see the year, it is often assumed it's going to be 19. 1975, 1965. Okay. Unless it's 06 or 08 or 00, then it's 2000. All right, let's pause the video and go back and practice those dates. So for each British date and each American date, figure out what each one is. Okay? Remember, British has it different than American. So give it a try. Okay, let's see how you did. So the first date is December 9, 1975. Now, if you notice, I put an asterisk on all of the dates that only have one digit for the day. Okay, so March 2, December 9, April 8, November 1. You'll notice that there are two month, right? There's two digits for month. Sometimes you will see 09 or 02 or 08 or 01, but a lot of the time we omit the 0. And so we just leave it at one digit. And it's just assumed that the 0 comes first. But some forms require that you follow day, month, year. So if it's not working, make sure you include the 0 first. Okay? So the British date, 9/12/75, is December 9, 1975. 14/1/65, January 14, 1965. Whereas the American one, 10/1/65, is October 1st, 1965. 2/3/54 is February 3rd, 1954. So take a look, see how you did. Did you write the dates correctly? Did you remember British dates have the day first and American dates have the month first? A good way to remember the British way is that they work their way up. So day smallest, month bigger, year is bigger. So in terms of time, a day is the smallest amount of time. So day, month, year. It gets bigger. American is not that same way. Month, day, year. Let's do some practice. How do you say this date? 4/5/87. There are two possibilities. The 5th of April, 1987, and April 5th, 1987, or 5 April 87 and April 5, 87. Which one is correct? Pause the video and decide, A or B. All right. So looking at the answer, the 5th of April, 1987, because 4 is April, 5 is the 5th, 87, 1987. Or April 5th, 1987. So the 5th of April or April 5th, it's the same thing. Now let's practice with these dates. Use your notebook and write down how to say each date. Pause the video and write in your notebook. Here are the answers. Let's see how you did. So 11/8/98 has two possibilities, in the American date or the British date. The 8th of November, 1998, or the 11th of August, 1998. Okay, because the 11, if 11 is the day, then it's 8 is the month, then it's the British or the American way is the 8th of November, but the British way is the 11th of August. All right, looking at the others, there's no way for them to have two possibilities because 13 is larger than 12, 31 is larger than 12, 25 is larger than 12, and 21 is larger than 12. So that means that there's no way for it to be the 13th month. So it can only be the 13th of March, 1999, 12/31/88, the 31st of December, 1988, 2/25/2, the 25th of February, 2002. So as I mentioned before, if it's 0 something for the year, then we assume it's 2000. Okay. 5/21/43 is the 21st of May, 1943. Or you can say March 13th, 1999, December 31st, 1988, February 25th, 2002, May 21st, 1943. Remember, if you write it the second way, you need a comma. March 13, comma, 1999. Or March 13th, 1999, and you don't need a comma.